Xbox Series X hype! Some might technical difficulties. Wakapeil. And some new game for achievement wildlife hunters. This is Achievement Hunting 101.
Hello and welcome to Achievement Hunting 101. I'm Fufu Cully Poof and thank you for joining. This is level 73. We have got a crazy show for you guys tonight and some hype in later on the show. But before we get to all that, let me introduce to you who's joining. First up, we have Corey and Nate. How's it going, guys?
I am back.
Doing well.
And, well, not from what you guys have said. You've been sick.
Yeah, being sick. But aside from that,
have to remember cut out the coughing.
Not like you did last week.
And also joining us with a fancy new mic. You might actually be able to understand him now. It's Big L. What's up, buddy?
Hi, guys.
I knew you were going to whisper into that on your very first thing you said.
Well, the first official thing I need to say is that this is level 73, which is 69 plus 4.
I was expecting all the dead horses.
Excuse me while I add that to the Chivis list.
Chivis, what is that?
Hey, I'm glad you asked.
Segway. Wait, is that a real word? Segway? No.
it actually is a real word. Yeah.
Also
Chivigway.
a motor vehicle. Do you have something to say or you want me to say it?
I
Go
want
ahead,
you to
Corey.
say you're the one that
You're
our
Chivis.
Michael Scott for the Chivis.
Yes. Anyways, you guys mentioned the Chivis last week, and I am currently counting the votes, and that award show will happen probably the first show of January, maybe, or in and around that time. Yeah, so the votes are being tallied, and you guys really know how to answer some questions.
Let me guess. Iron Snout ran away with every single award.
I've only done like 3 or 4 questions. Top Ratalaikas is done. Iron Snout has a good showing. I'll say that.
Well, it was one of the best.
But I will say that I think every single Ratalaika game showed up in that category. Surprisingly to me.
Go figure. Well, in that case, is voting still open since you're not finished?
If I'm counting, then yeah, no votes. I'm not looking at them anymore.
Okay, I was just wondering
I
if
did
you
not vote
closed it
yet.
out.
This is ridiculous.
Oh, I mean, I guess you
need
can
to
mail in
include
a
my
vote.
vote.
I guess you can mail in a vote before the show. That'll work. I'm not going to check that form anymore. I've already extracted all the data and analyzing it.
Well, in that case, if you haven't voted, this is your time to vote. Message Corey with your votes, since apparently the doc is no more good.
Iron Snout.
It's going to be kind of hard to vote without the ballot, but... Or is the link still up?
The link is still up. So
Okay.
the link will live forevermore.
Gotcha.
The link will be in the show notes, and it will be in the Discord. So if you want to vote, now's the time.
Vote now and don't vote often.
Yeah. So with that, Corey, have you been playing any games?
Oh, have I ever? It's been a couple weeks since I've been on, and since then, one of my most anticipated games of the second half of the year, since I've known about it for about a month, has finally released onto Xbox One.
And what would that be?
That would be the popular VR title, Trover Saves the Universe.
Oh.
So if you're not familiar with Trover Saves the Universe, it's by the co-creator of Rick and Morty. And
Already, so it's a good game.
It shows. The first thing that you get when you pop open the game is a choice if you want the NSFW version of the game or the safe version. I chose the NSFW. I don't see it any other way for this creator, and yeah, I'm trying to. So I bought this and I game share with Elroy, right? And I was telling him about this game. I was super excited for it. I'm trying to find out exactly how I worded it to him, but he wanted to know what kind of game it was, and I have no idea. I just know I just know the world that it's set in. I know that I like it, and I wanted it, so I found a copy and I made it happen. But anyways, it starts out, and this creature, I guess I would call it. I don't want to spoil too much. No spoilers really. But anyways, he gets enough power to take over the universe. He's going to destroy it. And he does this by dog napping somebody's dogs and puts them in his eye holes, his empty eye holes. So there's two little pups that are living in his eye holes right now. They're giving him the ultimate power. You with me?
I'm looking at the screenshots while you're saying this, and wow, yeah, I'm with you. Okay.
So it's a very common setup then, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, super repeatable formula here. And anyways, the game starts off and you get approached by Trover, and I think that's who it is. It's hard to remember. And he basically takes you and says, we need to save the universe. And all that you can see, remember this is a VR game, I can look down and up all around, and I can see my hands, and I'm clearly sitting down, and I'm holding a controller. And so this would work really well in VR, and I'm really glad they adapted to a controller, to a console. But I'm moving this Trover character afterwards. He puts these things in his eyes, because he has eye holes too, right? And they're called Power Babies. Power Babies are your upgrades and your collectibles throughout the game. And you basically use those and use that person to help you navigate through this world and ultimately save the universe. Wow. Since you're in the chair, you're known as the Chair Orpian, and it's all on you.
Dang.
Wow.
That's a scary picture. Kenny just sent us a picture of said eye holes, and it's pretty scary. Yeah, he did. I'm pretty terrified.
That is the Glorcon, and that's your two dogs. Those turn out to be your dogs, and so it's up to you to get them back. If you're unfamiliar with Rick and Morty, and you're maybe wondering, like, why is this? What makes it funny? And I guess that's opinion. But here's a little clip I took from the game, and hopefully it's not really spoilery, but here you go.
3, 2, 1.
Normally I'm into getting spit on. It's kind of a turn on, but not by these guys, Not too much of a fan of that.
All right, you've just been endowed with the grab-throw chair upgrade. It lets you grab and throw objects wherever you look.
Where was this when Glorcon had a bomb strapped to our telepod?
Shut your bitch ass up, Trover, before we smack you across the face backhanded, like pimps do. That's right, we know about pimps. We are summoning faux string...
That is very much Rick and Morty.
Yes, and the whole game has been like this.
Same voice actors and all that?
Same voice actors. I believe that they voiced several different characters across the game. And speaking of the game and the gameplay, I'm going through this semi-blind, no guide. I'm having fun with it.
Is it because you don't have any Glorcons in your eye sockets?
Yeah. I am looking at the achievements because that's what I do. They don't spoil anything for me. I don't let them spoil anything really to that extent. I just want to know what to watch out for, if there's anything to watch out for. And I mentioned collectibles. There's several collectibles around collecting these Power Babies throughout the levels. Right now, each level has had like 30. There's not too many levels in the whole game. I think I'm almost done with the game. But I've gotten like 80% of them just by grabbing them as I see them. They aren't that well hidden. And yeah, so it's pretty easy. The rest of the achievements, which they haven't come like super quick at you, which is fine by me, they are just related to miscellaneous stuff throughout the game. Some of them are happening on a story-based progression system. There is an achievement for beating the game, but there's others for killing NPCs, maybe. I know there's one for killing all NPCs and one for killing no NPCs. So there'll be a little replayability as far as achievements go to bring you back to do different things a different way. And there is level select from what I've seen, so I'm hoping I don't have to go another whole playthrough, but if I do, it actually hasn't seemed that long. Especially if I don't go for collectibles a second time, I'll probably fly through it in a night, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, the achievement list is very unique. It's funny, just like the little clip you heard. You have different things like, let me just see if it's a secret one. I don't think it is. It's okay. Well, it is a secret one. I won't read. It's not. It shouldn't be secret, but it's the beating the game achievement. It says you beat the game. You can die happy now. You slimy little popsicle stick. The name of the achievement is Trover blanks the universe. So leave that to your imagination. So it's just things like that. It's a super fun time all around. There's only one achievement though that I think that's going to be a pain. And if you're into repetitive tasks, you're going to love it. There is
Borderlands.
Borderlands is fun though. Oh. This is not proven to be fun. I believe there's 3 achievements. There's at least 2, but I think there's 3 tied to this one activity. And it has to do when you're on your spaceship, kind of like the loading screen part. There's a trash can with a basketball hoop over top of it, and just like you throw paper in it. There's achievements for getting a basket through the paper on the floor. And the way you throw the paper is probably easier in VR. I would imagine you pick it up and throw it. And on the console version, you take your controller reticle and you put it on the piece of paper on the ground, the wad on the ground, and you go to the left or right or center, and it's going to determine where the trajectory is. But you have to make those baskets with those paper wads. And I think you get an achievement for 1, and then 10, and then 100. And I've done 11, and I've probably spent like 20 minutes just playing with this paper ball thing. So that's going to be a little bit of a grind at the end, but maybe that's like, do a couple here every day and then you'll get through it pretty quickly.
Yeah, this achievement list, this looks great.
I know you're a big Rick and Morty fan. You would love this game, yes. Kenny.
Okay, question.
Sure I will.
Answer.
Should you watch Rick and Morty before you play this? Is there a tie-in?
So far, there is no tie-in.
Okay.
You would get the sense of humor. Like if you know Rick and Morty, you know what you're getting into, but it's not necessary at all.
Then yeah, in that case, I will love this game. I was actually, while you were talking, I was actually reading through the achievement list, and I was wondering if there was any like nods to Rick and Morty, and there really isn't any, which is kind of surprising.
There could be nods in the game. I've watched Rick and Morty one time. I would consider myself a fan. I liked it, but I don't know. I haven't watched it, over and over again to be able to catch that stuff.
Oh, so yeah, I have. I love Rick and Morty.
What's the target age group?
Not kids.
Of Rick and Morty.
18 plus.
Really?
18 to 40.
Yeah,
18 to 40.
Oh.
It only appeals to those with high IQs.
Oh. In that range, obviously.
Yes. I saw a parent on Facebook saying, inappropriate for my 15-year-old. And I'm like, really? At 15?
I mean,
we were watching rated R movies.
Well, to the parents' view, it probably is too mature for them. To that kid, it probably is just right on their level.
Yeah.
I mean, do you like Family Guy or American Dad? Because
this is a step up from that, but
yeah, it's basically that, but more violent and like sciencey.
What channel is it on?
I would not call it sciencey at all.
I think it's Comedy Central, right?
Adult Swim.
That's Adult Swim.
Okay.
You would like it. It's on Hulu.
One of the main characters is constantly drinking from a flask.
I mean, the scientist guy's always throwing up, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That would be Rick.
Okay.
It might be a little too far for some olds.
L has low standards of humor, so he would like it, I would think.
Oh, yeah?
So far, I cannot think of anything that compares to it. I'm sure there's something out there. But
I saw something adult-oriented over the weekend.
I don't need to hear about that.
I saw Frozen 2.
Into the unknown.
Into the unknown. That's how you do it. This mic has been christened.
I have
Panic
not
at the
seen
Panic
that,
at the
so.
Elsco. Oh, spoilers. Everyone dies at the end.
Oh no!
I'm sorry. Olaf is now a puddle. I'm sorry.
All right, Al.
No,
Since you want to
yes.
speak, do you have any games you want to talk about?
Frozen
But
2.
Well, I was actually gonna make a point of wouldn't you think there'd be a Frozen 2 game? Like back in the day, every movie
We don't
had
need
a
another
game-
Free
a
Fall
game.
Adventures.
No, not that. Like a crappy little platformer or something.
Mhm.
Is THQ still alive?
Anybody can do
Yeah,
it.
they're still
It
alive.
doesn't have to be good.
If there's no like Pixar Rush 2, I don't think Frozen's going to get another game.
There really hasn't been
Aw.
any movie tie-ins.
Something like that would sell just
Hotel
based on its-
Transylvania 3.
There's
It's
been a
pretty
lot.
recent.
Jumanji. That's new.
Jumanji looks good. I secretly want to play that.
I actually got a game in the mail today. That's a kid's game. That's a movie tie-in.
Oh, okay.
What would that be?
I won it on Twitter. Ugly
Oh,
Dolls.
show us.
Ugly
I
Dolls. Yeah.
Ugly Dolls. Yeah.
I don't.
Really?
That's a
It
movie.
It looks horrible. It actually
Yeah,
looks
it was
horrible.
a movie.
The movie looks interesting, but the game looked like not.
It's like a $40 game, and it's
Yeah.
like I don't know 6 to 8 hours. I'm stoked.
So
It's getting,
What about
it's getting wrapped for Christmas though.
I didn't even know that Jumanji was a game, and I didn't even know Ugly Dolls or Dogs.
Dolls.
Dolls.
I didn't even know that was a movie.
It's a thing, apparently.
But there's other stuff too.
what about that other game you got that was based on 2 movies? Corey,
I can only think of TV shows.
from the 90s.
Sorry.
A game you got on African American Friday. Lion King and Aladdin.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, I
Well,
did
that's
get that.
a remaster. That
It's
don't
wrapped
count.
for Christmas too.
Oh, sorry, little Corey's.
remasters don't count as
Don't.
new movie tie-in games.
There's the Ghostbusters game too.
That's true. That's true. That's
Also
on my
remastered.
list. My want list.
I forgot.
do.
I forgot that one. So I guess there are some, but they're definitely not as they're not as big as they used to be.
Yeah, the most recent, like I was saying earlier, is the most recent I recall
I
is
set you
Hotel
up and you didn't
Transylvania
do
3,
I'm
and I don't know if that's any good or not.
Well, Jumanji is the most recent. It
not.
just came
What
out.
about
Well, yes, that's true.
Jurassic World Evolution? Kind of counts.
No.
No, not really, not at all.
No, just a cash grab.
And that also came
Oh,
out.
they're all cash grabs.
Well, for one, that was a spiritual successor to a game that came out on the PlayStation 2, and 2, that has absolutely nothing to do with the movie.
Oh, are
And
there dinosaurs?
I mean, okay, fine. In
Are
that
there
case,
dinosaurs?
There's dinosaurs, sure.
All right, so Nate and I would like it then.
That's how I thought you were
Oh,
going.
I have a dinosaur game you will not like.
Oh, that sounds like I want to hear about it.
Right?
It's called Roar.
Oh,
Jurassic
yes.
Edition.
That's what it was. I knew you were going to talk about that game that Elroy was talking about a couple
not
months
great.
ago. That I think is like unbeatable.
2 knobs.
You know, I think I know where else going to go with that. I think TA needs a new genre for movie tie-in or tie-in game.
Unbeatable with 2 knobs. That's
I mean, I
that might
guess.
be that might be the show title. So
Oh.
I played
Real quick, best movie tie-in game was Mummy Demastered.
ooh. You just cruised on with that answer. That was bad. Yeah, that no. I don't know. We're getting past. We're
I mean,
getting
that
to the
one's
point
good,
where
but-
we're not
No.
allowed to talk about Vayners much longer. So
No, Wolverine.
I want to hear about.
God.
I want to hear.
You haven't let me talk about X-Men Wolverine in a minute. That was the best tie-in, I think.
That was really good. Even if the movie sucked, the game was fantastic.
Yeah.
I still haven't played Toy Story 3 yet. That one's supposed to be good too.
It was okay.
That's going to be Games of
Yeah.
Gold, but we're not there yet.
It's already gone from Games with Gold. You missed it.
Damn it. I actually did pick it up. I thought it was coming. I can't remember. Download too many games.
Kenny, stick a forky in it.
Dumb.
Is that what you've done with your gaming time since you haven't played any games?
I'm waiting for El to go. It's his turn.
That's what I'm talking about. El stood
Me?
us up at Burnout last night.
Yeah.
He hasn't talked about a game yet. I don't think he's a real gamer
I was
anymore.
trying to. I'm not a real gamer. I'm playing to these contests, like always. But the game I spent the most time with is one of Corey's favorite games, On a Roll 3D.
I saw that you're playing this. I was wondering if you're going to talk about it.
I am going to talk about it.
I don't know if I'm ashamed that that's associated with me now, but
It is associated with you.
I did.
I
did enjoy it.
It's basically Sonic game. Would you correlate it with the Sonic game?
I guess very loosely I can see why you would say that.
Because
you're rolling, you go up into circly things. There's spikes. You get hit with spikes, and the stars come out where normally the rings would come out.
It's more like if Marble Ultra Blast was a platformer.
Okay. So there's 4 things to do in the levels. There's try to beat it without getting hit. Try to kill all the enemies. Try not to lose a life. What was the 4th one?
I don't remember.
Complete the level.
You had to do the whole. Did you have to do the whole game without dying?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like Green Hill Zone.
That's just the first world. There's like 4 or 5, 6 worlds.
On a Roll 3D. Yeah, that's Sonic. I told you. So the reason I was playing a lot of that game was for the 12 Days of Christmas challenge, which we'll get back to later. But the game has a lot of achievements that are considered cumulative plus. Scoring points, collecting stars, jumping 1,000 times, jumping on springs 100 times. All these things count as cumulative. So I got all of my cumulative in one session. And I got to be honest, Corey, I'm actually very proud of you. This game wasn't easy. And I was just in the first. I was in the first world, although I did play on my Surface, so it was a little bit laggy.
Do you want to guess?
It was fine.
On
Game Boy Advance.
Roll Surface.
Game Boy Advance. Okay.
I'm checking it right now. I'm wondering what the. Yeah, it's almost a 2 ratio. Almost a 2. It's play anywhere though. Did you say that? You could have played on your.
Well, he
console.
did say he played on the Surface,
yes,
so that kind of...
Yes. I do want to try it on TV and see if it makes a difference.
Now that I did not try.
So Kenny, what did you play?
Well, I jumped into Halo, specifically because on the 14th, that you get a free achievement just by starting up a Halo Reach game, and that was fun. That
was not fun. I missed it.
Wait,
it was like
you said it was
like 11.
Fun?
It was not fun because I missed it.
Oh,
it was like 11 p.m. that night. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna get this." Ooh, look, Halo Reach, Halo MCC.
Was it 11 a.m. that night?
75 gig download, right?
45 gigs.
It was 45 gigs for Halo Reach. Dang.
Well, there was some update for 45 gigs. I don't know what it was, but
holy crap!
I could not play the game.
Yeah, see, mine was background download, so I didn't even see that. So that was nice. Yeah, I am very, very rusty at that game. It's been a while since I played Halo, and it was quite embarrassing jumping into a multiplayer match because I just kind of got owned. Like, I think I wound up with like 10 kills in a match of SWAT. That was just bad. Wow,
you have 464 of the achievements for Master Chief Collection.
Do I?
I'm very proud of you, but I'm not as proud of you as I am of Prue.
This is the only reason why he wanted to mention me. This is the only reason why he wanted me to mention this.
You have a good 2 weeks to get like 250 achievements. You'll be good. Golden.
Yes, completely square. Because I've been notorious for just having nothing but free time to play video games as of late. I could totally get that done. 500, sure. All of it, no. Especially now that there's the Halo Reach update.
Well, I think it's safe to say Waka saved his money there. Actually, it was never really in danger, I guess.
It was never in danger. Let's be honest. If we were honest, we know it was never in danger.
And before we get hammered on the Discord, at least some of us know that you could do a selective download for Halo. So once you get into the thing, you could tell it just to download just that.
We have mentioned that before.
So I knew that, but I couldn't launch the game without a 45 gig update. So I didn't understand that.
My guess is you probably go offline or something. And but I don't know.
There was a title update.
They were saying in the Halo room that for some reason it included Halo 4 again, and if you would stop that one, it was like 20 gigs instead.
But you couldn't. It was just Halo. I mean, I didn't really look into it. Maybe I could have.
If you went in game, you could have.
Well, that's the thing. I couldn't launch the game. So maybe what Koosh said is you have to do it offline. I don't know, but that would not work with my game sharing situation.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe there was also some other updates to the actual game itself, because now they have the whole rank. They've completely revamped the ranking system. They have like the battle pass kind of a thing where you get levels and other gear like skins and armor for your character and multiplayer and stuff like that. So that's probably what a lot of that was involved in. I don't know.
I know Prue mentioned it in the room, but I was kind of curious about the Reach TA, and it looks like it's very much more settled now than it was when it first launched. You can currently get almost 5,000 TA from that Halo Reach campaign part.
True.
But that was the one where Prue unlocked an achievement that had like 1,300 TA.
Yeah.
And he got like, I think it decayed like by 1,000% the next day, but yeah. Luckily the week hadn't rolled over yet.
Yeah, I mean everybody on Xbox has pretty much started Master Chief Collection, and especially now that it's on Game Pass. So there's the ratios were going to be insane on the first day before they leveled out. And not to mention, Halo Reach has been universally, welcomed. Everyone pretty much likes it. So as soon as they added Halo Reach to the Master Chief Collection, everyone was just like, "All right, I gotta jump in. I gotta play this."
And then my last question.
You go ahead.
I have a Halo-related question. Since they're all available on Xbox One, what is the best Halo game ever?
Multiplayer and campaign put together.
You can separate them if you like.
Best overall game, Halo 2. Best campaign, Halo 2. Best multiplayer, Halo 3.
Okay.
There you have it.
That's it, folks.
I used to play Halo 1 multiplayer.
Also
both
very good.
Local split screen, which was just a different time.
It was good then.
TV people were screen-looking cheaters. But we also had this other thing. I forgot what it's called. We had some sort of thing to play online before Xbox Live even existed. Like Xbox Connect or something like that.
System Link?
No, you could play online with people. I liked Halo 1's multiplayer. Halo 3's multiplayer. All the campaigns are terrible. They're backtracking poop. 3 had a decent campaign.
I just hate the level design in Halo. It's all very samey to me. Texture packs and, within a level, it's all very samey.
Mm-hmm.
Halo 1 and 2, I definitely can understand that, but being on the OG Xbox, yeah.
I mean,
that was their way to get around, very limited technology at the time.
I, of course, like 3 and up because then you could do 4 players instead of 2, which is also helpful for people's backs to be carrying me.
For real, so.
Kenny, you didn't tell Corey about the impressive achievement you got in Halo Reach the other day. On the 14th.
Didn't I?
That was kind of what he opened with.
Oh, did you say it? Maybe I was sleeping.
Did I start
on
with that?
On the 14th day of Christmas.
You start with the freebie, yeah, for playing on the 14th.
Yeah,
my
I
bad.
did mention it.
I
Now you're making me
listening.
confused.
I thought I was listening. My bad. Well, you didn't thank me for reminding you, so therefore you didn't really mention it.
Okay, well, thanks for reminding me, Al.
Good. So,
But
on my friends list, like 45 people remembered Reach. Achievement's called Remember Reach. And 123 people did not bother.
Wow.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Hi there. Well, I tried, but didn't bother.
Either didn't bother or didn't want that decay.
There's not much decay on a 5G achievement. It's now worth 14 TA. I think people would have survived.
I don't know.
Oh, 14 TA. Wow, that's pretty cool, actually.
That sounds like somebody who didn't survive would say.
Oh, irony.
But, moving on. What did you play, Kenny?
We're still in that. I'm still talking about Halo.
Oh, we know.
Wait, so you wound up playing more?
Oh, no, that was it. We were still in Halo.
You said you were rusty.
I mean, yeah, I was rusty. I played a few matches, did terrible compared to what I used to do. I need to start playing that again. I don't like not being good at Halo. It's weird.
Oh.
Nate, how about you?
Yeah, I played something that wasn't Halo. I played...
I'm so sorry.
Blackwood Crossing.
Didn't you already talk about this?
I think I mentioned it briefly, but I didn't talk about it.
Okay,
Is
I'll
that
give
true,
you that.
or is that just senility talking?
No, I think you're right. I just remember you mentioning it.
Okay, so Blackwood Crossing's a stroll-playing game. It is about 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours, with a guide. I went in and I did not use the guide.
Good job.
At first.
Okay, I take it back.
Yeah, but there are there's some missables. So if you do go in without the guide, or you mess up and don't pay attention to a particular point in the guide, you may have to play through a second time. And you don't have to go all the way to the end, because one of the missables is a collectible based achievement. Then you have to go about 80%, maybe 85% through the game before you can get that done. It's a fun game. It's really pretty for how old it is. It's not, it's not brand new. And most of it takes place in the same scene multiple times. Just with different augmentations to it,
and you were complaining about
hallucinations.
Halo.
Well, there's no like weird backtracking and looping where you're like, oh, what quarter am I in? And
Halo sucks. You playing the same thing over and over.
Here's this
green
gray texture.
You play in the same area.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a reused train trolley, or if you will, and it's much better than Halo in terms of level design. There are a couple of missables, like I said, with having to do with collectibles or with having to do with your response to input from your player. So real quick, the story is you and your brother are on this train, and there's a lot of kind of mysterious stuff going on. And as you go through the game, you kind of learn more and more as the story is revealed to you what is actually going on. And there are mysterious characters on the train and in these other settings that are wearing masks that are animal-based. And some of the puzzles in this game are talking to those people in the right order to make the conversation make sense. It's not very difficult. And the guide makes it seem like you have to do it in the right order. You don't have to. It just makes it faster. There's no penalty for doing them wrong or talking to someone multiple times. You'll eventually get through the conversation and move on to the next section. But it's, like I said, pretty fast game. I would recommend, obviously, you know me, I like to say play the first one without the guide, play the second time through with the guide, or maybe skim it a little bit and kind of get a feel for it and figure out how you want to do it. But that's how I did it.
How long is the playthrough?
Yes, that's about 1 to 2 hours using a guide. And then if you don't use a guide, depends on how long you spend picking up objects that aren't, pertinent to getting through the level or, getting the solution. You can look at things, you can kind of examine the world. But not everything that you pick up is something that's, gets you to the end of the game. So you can kind of browse a little bit.
I was hacking up along, so I might have missed it if you said it.
Uh-huh.
But did you say that there was missables?
There are missables. There are posters that you have to look at, and I think there's 9 of them. Let's just say 9. And then there are these little rabbit dolls you have to pick up, and there are definitely 9 of those. And you can get them.
Is there chapter selected so you can go back and get them real easy, or is it the kind of thing I play the whole game over?
you basically have to play the entire game over again.
Yeah.
There is one thing that will keep you from getting this all done in one run if you're following the guide, because you have to respond to one scene differently. One time you have to act affirmatively for four particular things, and the next time you have to act kind of negatively for 4 things. On the second time through, so the first time through, you get the achievement, and then you quit out, and you start back up, and the checkpoint is just before that. Then you do the other option. You have to remember to pick up the collectible that second time. You don't have to do it the first time because that progress is lost. But you definitely have to pick it up the second time before you move on. Once you move on, you're kind of locked into that. And if you miss the collectible, well, now you're guaranteed to have to go through at least to that point. Well, no, actually, you have to go all the way through to the end of the collectibles because collectibles don't carry over.
Sounds like it might be worth using a guide on this, especially if there's like a spoiler-free guide.
Yeah, I would say if you want to use the guide and you want to know what point do you have to look, it's when you're in a treehouse and there's a bunch of stuff on fire.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, when they're 4 corners of the room on fire, go ahead and look at the guide, figure out what you need to do, and that's the checkpoint that you have to restart from. So I don't think that's giving away too much. So, aside from,
I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, I'm sure that 62 TA difference really helped you out.
There are 4 secret achievements in this game, maybe 5. So I picked this game. I wanted to go through it. I obviously wanted to play it, and I also used it for 12 days to get 5 or 4 secret achievements. I think I already had 1. So I guess there were 5 secrets. So I just figured, all right, I'm just gonna finish the game, and then I'll move on with 12 days. Real quick, I did play one other game. And that was the Goat Simulator series, the Goat Simulator Stacked.
Oh my
I'm sorry.
gosh.
Oh, yeah. So, big news.
I am not sorry.
Big news. At the beginning of the year, I created 2 challenges for myself, or 2 goals. And they were to get Flappy Goat, or the Flatmaster, in both the X1 and the 360. And I got it.
Congrats.
So I cleaned up. I think that's all I had left to do in the X1. I said, you know what? I'm just going to try it. I went in there and it was like 2 a.m. and I would recommend not doing it at 2 a.m. And I was doing it from my couch and I was just getting super frustrated. So then I got up real close to the TV like the old man that I am, put on my bifocals, and I just sat about a foot away from the TV, and it was much easier at that point. And, I turned off the volume so I wasn't listening to that insipid music, and I was just kind of going through and finally got it done. It took me a while. And then I said, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, that's like just, VR. You just made Flappy Goat VR.
So, yeah. Basically got a really expensive VR headset with my whatever size TV that is. So then I went through and I said, okay, well, tomorrow I'm going to go do the 360 because I know people said, once you get the one, go do it on the other. So I went through on the 360. I still had to do all the collectibles in the first and second areas. So I knocked those out. And then I went and tried to do Flappy Goat at 3 a.m. last night. And that was not good. That was very not good.
Why are you doing them so early in the morning? That's terrible.
That's when I play, and I just thought it would be fun to get Flatmaster as my last achievement in the base game. Yeah, so I did that. That was foolish because I'm sick, and that was not a good way to get enough sleep to not be sick. So I gave up, and then I came back in today, and I did it through console streaming. From my Xbox downstairs. I did it on my work PC or my personal PC next to my work PC. And I got it in about, 15 or 20 minutes while I was waiting for something to compile a couple times.
Jeez.
So I got that one done. And then I said, you know what? When I was looking through, I saw that there was a stack for the Win 10 on Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. I said, you know what? That's going to be my first achievement on the Windows version. So I went through and I got that. So I have figured out Flappy Goat, and it's not great, but I got 16 on the PC. So you only need 10. I just kept going through 16. On the other ones, I got like 11 or 10 and a half. And I said, that's good enough. But once I got it going on the PC, my third attempt at Flappy Goat, or getting the achievement, it still took me a 20 minutes or whatever, 15, 20 minutes, was 16. So
good job.
Yeah,
that was
done with Flappy Goat.
That brings back some memories. Don't you remember when you got that achievement, Kenny?
Yeah. I do remember that godforsaken game.
So
Their
a few
achievement.
people were looking, I guess, at my my achievements that were posted, and I guess they got notified or whatever. They just saw it on their page, and they commented on it, and I was just like, oh, I was kind of hoping to keep it a secret until the show, because I know that was something I wanted to get done for the year, and of course I started it in the last 3 weeks of the year, and got it. So
That's the best time to start going for your
And
challenges.
then they mentioned Kenny, so they did mention you, Kenny. It's
I
apparently on
noticed.
everyone's mind that you did not get Flappy Goat.
I noticed because I have to go through the stupid. What's it even called on TA? The friend feed. I had to go through the friend feed to get the stupid proclamation point things. And yes, I saw it. So screw all of you. That godforsaken game.
So
I'll
stream
be
is
honest.
when?
I actually like the game. I find it fun, but
Yes.
it's very stupid.
Yeah,
So, Koosh,
yeah.
two questions. One, do you have any tips? And number two, did you use any what do you call them, mutators or anything like that?
Okay, so mutators, I don't think help you in Flappy Goat, because you're
They
basically
don't.
playing a game on the TV or in the arcade machine down at the carnival.
Okay.
I know some people had
Down
said
at the
that the
carnival.
aspect ratio is different down at the fair or the carnival or whatever. So it's a 3:4 ratio as opposed to a widescreen ratio. If you play at the developer's house, and some people said that was better for them. I did it in the Coffee Stain offices, which is the second floor of that house.
I'll have to try that. I did in the developer's
where I
house.
did it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got there.
I was unable to do it on the 360 version, but on the one version, you can put on mutators.
Oh,
And what you do is you put on a lot of them, so many that it slows down the game.
oh, okay.
And
game's
yeah,
so
you can
broken.
cheese your way through it.
And there's no
Yeah,
input lag from that?
No, it worked. I did it really quickly.
Okay.
It's been a
Interesting.
while, but one of the solutions says to just put on a whole bunch of them, and it just kind of
Okay.
slows things down to where you can do it. But that was just for the one. I don't know if it works on the other ones.
So here are my tips. Let me cough first. Okay, so my tips are get close to the TV. Like I said, I did it in the house. Get close to the TV. Mess with the camera a little bit with the vertical and so as you're just kind of pitching up to it or pitching down to it until the screen is as big as it can be. It won't ever fill your whole display, but there will be one size that just kind of works best for you in terms of how large it is, how much of the screen it takes up. Then what I did is I turned the music off, and I didn't have anything else going on. And then I found that, you're going to mess up. Just, don't freak out. Just know that this is going to take you a while. So don't get upset. Don't get angry. And then basically I would just try to keep a consistent rhythm. That's it. I would I would only look at the bottom portion of the gap that you have to go through. And I would try to time my presses so that I was just the tiniest bit above the bottom portion of the gap. And so that's all I would look at. I wouldn't look at the top. I wouldn't look at the bottom. And once I kind of zeroed in on that, I was getting consistently 4 to 6. And that's just it. I mean, I just kind of got in the zone, and once I got to the point where I was getting a 6 to 8 consistently, it just kind of happened. So not a whole lot there to it other than just, it's going to take you a lot of attempts, probably, unless you're really good or really lucky, and just kind of focus on that bottom edge and kind of just do your presses there. And I also found that when you're trying to go up, it helps to just do like 2 fast clicks and then get back to your steady rhythm. So that way you can just get up really quickly, and then you can kind of be above it and kind of drop down to it. If I was trying to go up and then do it a second time, my timing was always off. But if I was going down from my position to the bottom of the gap, I had a lot more success with that. But I didn't get it every time, but I had a lot more success than if I was trying to go up.
Yeah.
All right.
I had no success with that game. I just died and died and died.
As I was doing it, I was just in my brain, I was like, okay, how can I do this on the Cronus? Can I set a Cronus script that will figure out the cadence I need in order to stay perfectly level? And then if I push up or down on the left stick, it'll accelerate it a little bit or decelerate and then go back to normal. So I can just kind of cheese it and have it just, I was just daydreaming about that, just wanting it so desperately. And
Oh my god! If someone
as
can
I
make
was
that
thinking about
script,
that,
please give it to me.
as I was thinking about that, I just kind of fell into this rhythm, maybe where I wasn't thinking about Flappy Goat, and that's kind of when it happened.
See, I
All right,
streamed it when I was going for it, and not only could I not get it, but then I had everyone yelling at me, and because then I also invited
Don't
people
blame us.
into.
Don't blame us.
I also then invited people into a party chat, so now everyone's making fun of me for it. And it's just like it was so bad.
So neither Kenny nor your nephew Cronus are very good at that.
Well, I mean, obviously, now that I've done it naturally, I don't want to do a Corona script for it so that other people can get it. I kind of want there to be at least a little challenge to kind of keep it a little prestigious.
There's definitely a challenge. I give up. I don't want it. I don't care.
Oh, come on. Do it for the viewers.
No,
The Quapmaster. That was terrible.
that was very bad.
X gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you. X gonna give it to you.
Speaking of X gonna give it to you, Microsoft gave us a new Xbox,
Ooh.
the Xbox Series X. So let's start like this. What do you guys think about?
I do Series X.
It's
I knew
like
you were gonna
pure
say that.
sex. The sex box.
It
Yeah,
is not a
Definitely
sex
has
box.
sex appeal.
These guys, Microsoft really needs to step up their marketing. Like, they're just letting the first thing go through. They're not even thinking about what people are going to call these things. I mean, the sad box and the sex box. Come on.
X-Bone.
Yeah.
X-Bone. Yeah. Seriously.
They really need to hire a couple of teenagers and just kind of say, what do you guys think about this name?
Yeah.
Or run it past, our Discord, because everyone in here is going to rip it apart. Although I will say I did see something today. I don't know if it is 100% true or not, or if it's just a rumor, but Microsoft is planning on calling this just Xbox, which is honestly what I thought it was going to be. If I had to place a bet, well, before the Game Awards, obviously, I would have thought that there wasn't going to be a Project Scarlet. It wasn't going to be called that. It wasn't going to be called anything else. I thought they were just going to do Xbox because Microsoft is very much all into this. Play what you want, where you want, when you want, and just calling it Xbox and having everything be in the Xbox ecosystem just seems to make sense. At least a whole lot more sense than Xbox Series X. I mean, with that being said, I actually don't mind the name. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's good.
It's
but I don't think
fine
it's
if they
bad.
want to call it, this is Xbox, this is Series X version. But where do you go from there? Sure, you could do Y, Z, then what? Omega?
Yeah, that's the problem with this.
Yeah. Series X Remix
it's very
1.2.
confusing.
Series 360, then one.
Especially because in a year and a half, we're going to have the upgraded version. So instead of like the Xbox One S, we're now going to have the Xbox Series XS, XL,
XY. They'll probably just call it
XR.
XY.
Now it just sounds like the stupid iPhone names.
We're gonna get the slim neck. So instead of a what is it, like a 12-inch tall cube,
Something
you're gonna
like
have a
that.
6-inch tall cube.
Man, you might not want that bill for that. But yeah, it's, I don't know. I think the name is just meh. I know Prue specifically, as soon as it was mentioned, he was in the Discord during the Game Awards chat, and he hated it. I thought it was okay. I don't know.
Okay.
Name aside,
It's
I'm
bad.
stoked for this
PlayStation
system.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Easy.
Well,
Yeah, but what's the fun in that?
exactly.
Fun.
I bet you I could tell you what's coming after the PlayStation 5.
Good. It helps sell the systems. It's not confusing anybody.
That is very true.
If you're a parent, how are you going to figure this out?
Yes.
You say, my son wants an Xbox. Done.
yes,
Oh, that
but
could mean anything.
It doesn't matter. The guy's going to sell you what the kid wants. He knows.
All right.
They could have said Series 1, Series 2, but they chose to go with the Series X. Not sure why.
Yeah, their marketing is so confusing. If for those that aren't gamers who aren't in the know about all this, walking into a GameStop or Walmart or whatever, the Xbox or Microsoft's naming schemes just makes everything confusing. It's not very It's not easy to follow along. Whereas, PlayStation. Oh, my kid wants a PlayStation 5. I know to buy them PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 games. I don't get them anything PlayStation 4 because it's old. With this, it's like, oh, everything says Xbox. Well, can I play this? Can I play that? What's an Xbox One S? Especially if they continue this stupid naming scheme and then it goes Xbox Series XS. That's so much.
I don't
like
think it's going to
Xbox
matter that much
One
unless
S.
they happen to start changing the packaging and changing, what that says. There's only going to be one section for Xbox games, and it's just going to work on 3-year-old consoles, on 3-day-old consoles.
I mean, with this
now.
whole xCloud business, like, it's forward, right? So you have the Xbox One. So you can play a Series X game or one that can only run on Series X hardware if you're playing it on the one through xCloud. So, I mean, is that why everything's just called Xbox now? And now the name is changing?
I think that's the case. Because, like I said, Microsoft wants to be that all in. Like, as soon as you jump into the world of Xbox, you can play games where you want, when you want, and that's you're on the bus, you can play your games on your phone, so you don't have to play stupid mobile games. You can now play your actual Xbox or xCloud games. You're at home, you can play on your console. You're at work, instead of doing work, because that would be dumb, you can play games that are play anywhere. You can play on your computer.
All right, so thoughts on the new controller?
I love it.
So they've said that it's actually slightly different. So with
Yes.
New button aside, there's slight ergonomic differences, and I think they said even a little bit smaller.
It's a tad smaller. Something you probably wouldn't notice, like if you never heard that, oh yeah, this controller's smaller. If you were to pick it up, you would probably go, something's off here, but you wouldn't be able to quite pin it on what exactly it is. But yeah, the controller overall is a bit smaller than the Xbox One controller.
All right, quick question for all of you.
I personally don't like.
A couple quick questions for all of you. Are you getting it on day one?
Yes.
Wait, what is this new button?
It's a share button. It's like the PS4 share button.
Oh.
Which is brilliant. I am so happy they're doing that.
Is there a Sonny Bono button too?
I know what you're saying.
You do?
I do.
So what does it do, though? Share what?
Well, who knows?
So,
So it'll either bring that up, or it'll start streaming to Mixer, or it'll then give you the option to take a screenshot or record that.
So
you can
on
probably,
the PlayStation controller,
configure it.
you have a share button. You click it, and it brings up a menu, and you can either do the record that like on Xbox does, or you can take a screenshot, and then you can also click a button to where you can immediately share that screenshot to Facebook.
So
it seems pointless to me, but
yeah. Well, remember, right now with Xbox, you can configure your controllers and you can map different buttons. So
Right.
that's probably going to be a button that you can map things to. Well, are you going to map, opening Mixer and streaming to Mixer? Are you going to map the record that, or the screenshot, or the menu? So it's probably going to be a thing where you configure and you choose what you want that button to do. That'd be my guess.
I would
So back to
imagine
back to the quick questions for everybody. Are you getting it on day one?
Yes.
yeah, probably. Yep.
Thanks to the patrons, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I personally probably, unless they give me a reason not to. If they say, with xCloud, you don't need it. So then maybe I'll hold off. Second question. Vertical or horizontal orientation?
Vertical.
Vertical.
Horizontal L.
Oh, okay. I'm probably going to go vertical. And
Do you know why?
No.
Because you can't get knocked over if it's horizontal.
I thought you wanted to be like you and just, laying down all the time.
2 minutes. What do you mean?
Well, it looks like the exhaust fan is at the top. So if you lay it horizontally and then you have it in a closed case, if it's not, venting to the
it needs
back.
ventilation. Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah. So it's going to need ventilation. They all need ventilation.
Wall unit. I got a wall unit. It's got to fit in.
I mean,
All right,
currently the Xbox One X has fans on the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, and it's supposed to be really close to the same size as far as length goes when it's laying down. So it might work, but yeah, I want that puppy out in the open and let it do its thing vertical.
Yeah, I'm currently vertical, so I'll probably stick with it. And then I hope to be able to turn off that light at the top.
Oh my God, no.
It seems super bright.
No.
I hope that light is actually true. It's really a light, because I think that's speculation right now. And I hope you can, configure that.
Okay.
I don't want just that light to be on. I hope it's like I can control how bright it is, because I want it to be like a spotlight in my game room.
I want it to have a heartbeat, and I want it to go fade in and out.
All right, I think we talked about this before.
So cool.
Team sticker or team no sticker?
I mean, if there's a sticker, you take it off.
Absolutely, team no sticker. You do not leave stickers on the console. Or your controller. You take them off.
L, sticker on or off?
Sticker, hardly know her.
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, been hanging around Elroy too long.
Eljoy.
Long. Well, being I don't even know what sticker you're talking about, I'll say on.
Well, normally if there's a disk drive, it tells you there's like a sticker right next to the disk drive. But and then the last question I have, quick question, is if there's a SKU that is without the controller and it costs a little bit less, where do you go?
Did you just make this up in your head, or is that like?
I saw rumors. I saw speculation that maybe there's a SKU with no fancy controller.
That would be an interesting thing for them to do.
I would take it. I would take it without the controller. I have Elite Series V2. I don't really need one of their standard stock controllers anymore.
But why not?
Because
you're already
have
spending
5 controllers
hundreds
right now.
You're already spending hundreds of dollars.
Well, if they drop the price by
$50
$50, if they drop it by 50
$50
or 60,
is considerable.
Yeah,
Is it?
So
yes,
I do want to throw one thing out. Controllers have always been consistently going up. So a controller would probably be like $70. So in all honesty, it'll probably knock like $70 off the price.
You don't need the console either, Corey.
I don't need.
You need a share button.
Well, with the Elite Series V2, I can map a share button to a trigger. So
yes, it's true.
I could always use more controllers. I'm getting it with the controller.
You break yours, so
I have broken mine.
Yeah, I have way too many controllers because I was expecting them to break, and then they improved the build quality, so now I have extras. So that stinks.
Well, I have an address you can send them to.
Controllers are like Jello.
We gotta hold on to them in case they break.
Yeah.
There's always room for more. Broke up my joke.
My current setup is I carry 2 controllers with me in my backpack to work now. Got one for the Surface, and I got one for the tablet for xCloud.
Smart.
Huh.
Wow.
And why?
The one I hook up to the Surface is an old controller, and it doesn't have Bluetooth, which I guess I could use the Bluetooth one on that.
I'm still rocking my Hori
I don't know
360 pad for my Surface. Crazy.
I don't know.
So that's actually a good point to bring up with this. They have officially announced that when you get the Series X, all of your previous hardware will work with this.
Well,
so all of your controllers, all the adapters, all that kind of stuff, all comes forward.
I mean, I guess Kinect would work with that horrendous adapter, but
yeah,
ain't nobody got time for that.
No one wants Kinect. But that's something that's really nice. And considering that the new controller will be Bluetooth, if for whatever reason you're not interested in getting the new system, but you want the new controller, you can't. Assuming you will be able to get it and take it backwards. I don't think that's official, but just kind of thinking through.
The most interesting piece I found about the controller, which, correct me if you mentioned it, I was doing other stuff, is the D-pad.
I was actually just about to bring that up.
So yeah, the D-pad that they have, I think, confirmed that it is like the series or the Elite series. So
yes.
That meaning you could take it off, or is it just shaped kind of like a little differently?
They haven't specifically said anything yet. If it was my guess, I don't think you can remove it. I think that might just be like a feature for the Elite. But I believe that it's just molded in there. That would be my guess.
Because if I remember correctly, it has a predominant D-pad, but it does have the winged things between the four major points, right? To kind of be like the octagonal pad.
I'm just letting you keep going with that. See if you got anywhere. But yeah, it kind of has like that like round disc shape thing. I know what you're talking about. But yeah, that is on the new controller. I mean, overall, I'm super excited for this. I said when the Xbox One X was coming out that I was going to skip it. I wasn't going to get it. I was going to stick with my Xbox, and I was just going to upgrade next gen. And now that this is here, I'm absolutely going to get it. I'm going to pre-order this as soon as I can.
Yeah, so I'm looking closer at it doesn't look like it's removable D-pad, but it is a more concave.
Yeah, it
I
looks
guess.
like a big disc.
Yeah.
Sorry. looks like a big circular disc, and instead of just being the plus shape, it does have that whole circular shape to it. So all the plastic goes in all the little diagonal corners as well.
Yeah.
Which is so much nicer.
Small pro tip, I guess. You mentioned pre-ordering, Kenny.
Yes.
I usually when they make the announcement, my guess is that they're going to be like at E3 and pre-orders are open. If you pre-order off Amazon, they don't charge you till it ships. So you can always secure that system and wait.
It's true.
That's you get the funds.
Or cancel the pre-order if you find out it's not necessary.
That too. It doesn't harm anything to do that.
Yep.
That's actually funny you said that. I was going to bring that up because I've had 2 other people tell me that exact same thing. But yes, that is a good tip.
I remember getting the Xbox One in my Amazon cart, and I actually pre-ordered it, and then I ended up canceling it and not getting what's it that
the day one.
I think it was. I can't remember if it was the day one. It may have been the Scorpio, and then I was like, I can't get the Scorpio, so I was like, I canceled it. But yeah, this one that's definitely my plan.
Yeah, I'm hoping there's like something neat for the day one, like that. Like you just mentioned, the Scorpio was the Xbox One X, like their first run, I guess you can say. So I'm wondering if there's going to be maybe like the first run of this is going to be the Project Scarlet, since that was.
Oh, you get like a date with Scarlett Johansson. That'd be cool. Or like maybe some makeup.
Maybe like depending on how it looks, I would not want the day one Scarlet.
Maybe
if that's all it said.
Maybe a 0-point achievement.
Okay, now I'm in.
Oh,
does that honestly change it?
It might. I mean, who are we talking to here?
It's like a fake internet badge. Yeah.
All right. Last question. Do you guys intend to play the same way once you get it, or differently?
Oh, you mean like inverted?
Inverted or normal? Like, do you still plan on buying a lot of games for it?
I mean, that's what it's for.
Probably. I mean, I know that I kind of want to play more Game Pass instead of buying games, but
Smart.
I don't think things are going to change too much. How do you mean?
It's hard to break that habit. He means
it means you're getting a brand
not rattle like his.
Yeah, basically, you're getting a brand new souped up machine. If you're just going to play crap that you could play on your Xbox One,
I'm telling you right now.
Well, I'll go last.
I'm playing Hellblade 2 day one.
Oh my god!
Okay,
yes.
cool.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm telling you that now.
Okay.
I probably won't do it, but.
Series X goes to my living room. The One X comes to my office.
Mm-hmm.
And then I start playing in my office directly on the console rather than streaming. So yeah, it changes some things.
I mean, the one thing that
you know what I'm trying to say.
The one thing I'm going to play for sure on day one, because it's probably going to be a console release, is Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
I mean, when a new console comes out, yes, I always am tempted to buy, a launch title at full price just to test the hardware and see, okay, what can it do? Yeah, so I'll get at least one.
Well, yeah, this generation will be completely different though, because I mean, I guess you'll have launch titles, but they'll also work on your old stuff. So
Yeah.
have you guys seen the trailer for Senua's 2?
Yes.
yes,
No.
You gotta go look at this.
I haven't played the first one yet.
We talk about this all the
Doesn't ruin
time.
anything.
You know, graphics get better. Graphics have gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
Graphics have gotten better. Like, holy crap. I was actually showing my dad that trailer the other day, and he's sitting there looking at it, and he got like 40 seconds in, and he goes, is this a trailer for a new movie? I said, no, this is a new game trailer. And it took him a second, and then all of a sudden his eyes just widened, and he just had like a, oh my God, holy crap look on his face. Like, he could not believe that was a game.
And it's not pre-rendered. That was in-game.
That's in-game. It is unbelievable. Like, I'm sure you guys are like this, where you can look at a game and go, or look at a trailer, I'm sorry. You can look at a trailer and go, oh yeah, that's a game. Oh, that's fake.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting to that point. I would not have been able to tell you that was a game.
My biggest takeaway was I want her dentist because her teeth are immaculate. Like there's no decay, there's no yellowing, there's no tar, there's no nicotine, there's no coffee stains. I don't know how she does it. It's amazing.
she lives off of rabbits and jaguars and squirrels.
Oh my.
So it's like, I never played Hellblade, but after watching that trailer, I have to play Hellblade now.
Hey, I have something for you. So I've bought Hellblade day one. Have not touched it.
Okay.
Me and you, let's do a thing.
Oh. Yeah, do the thing.
Ooh,
I'm down.
Let's play Hellblade.
Okay.
So, Kenny, have you played it? You haven't played any?
I have not.
And Corey said he didn't. Okay. Yeah, I would love to hear that.
Let's do it.
And
all right.
Yeah.
Make sure headphones.
Yeah. Headphones.
Yeah, I know you have to
know.
have headphones in playing this game.
I was going
All
to
right.
comment on the gameplay, but now I'm not going to. I want to hear your review.
Well,
Okay,
let's set this up and let's play it over break, and we'll reconvene in January.
That sounds good.
Talk. Maybe a mini game club.
Excite.
Ooh, yeah, let's do it. I like that. And I'll just say, I know very little about this game. I know you have to play it with headphones. And I know it has something to do with mental illness.
And there is a guide.
Well, I'm not using a guide.
I know there's missables.
Yes.
So
I would
They're
rather play it
missables.
a second time.
I'm on that line of like, should I ruin it? What I know is a great game. Semi-ruin it?
Don't.
Or
For the game club, don't.
I don't want to make a 6-hour game 12 hours.
Come on, Cord. You got time.
Is the thing.
Okay, let me just say you are probably not going to be able to finish this without a guide. There are certain things you have to do where if it's the first time you're doing it, you probably won't piece it together. So at some point, you're probably going to have to use a guide a little bit to figure out, okay, well, what do I do in this particular segment? But like I said, I don't want to ruin anything.
So without really going into it, but just by what you're saying, I'm assuming there's like a puzzly thing type of a thing. You don't have to comment. Yeah, if it gets to that kind of point, I'm stuck. I might use a guide, but going in, I'm not using a guide. I'm going to do as much without as I can.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't want to say anything.
Okay, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Going back to the Series X, it's just the game. It looks incredible. I cannot wait. During the Game Awards, they PlayStation 5 showed off one game, and that as well, it looked amazing. This next gen is going to be incredible when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Agreed.
Excited.
And that should be in Game Pass, right? That's like a day one.
Yes, that should be a day one.
Oh.
And I should also mention that they have not given any time frame on when Hellblade 2 will be out. They just showed a trailer.
I'm so glad they kept that a secret. Like, it's not just this new game that they put out that's basically like an Overwatch or whatever, or an Apex Legends kind of clone or competitor, Cutting Edge or whatever it's called. But
Bleeding Edge.
Bleeding Edge, thank you. So I'm super glad that they went ahead with a Senua's 2.
Yes.
No, I agreed. That was that, and the console reveal that was just an absolute shock. And
Oh my god.
I keep my fingers in all these pies. I like to think I'm pretty filled there. So I was not expecting it. So that was probably the best part about the Game Awards.
Isn't it refreshing that they actually had some surprises? Like they were talking about all the leaks ahead of time, and then there were just these a bunch of things that hadn't been leaked. I thought that was super cool.
Oh, Microsoft.
Definitely.
Microsoft, hats off to you guys. You did such a good job on the reveal. I had absolutely no idea what was going on. And actually, I streamed the Game Awards, so you could probably see my reaction. I about to jump out of my chair when I saw the Xbox reveal. I was so hyped when that came out because I was not expecting a console reveal. I was expecting, they were just going to show it off in E3. Doing it now just totally took me, and I think most people, by surprise. And then to follow it up with Hellblade 2 to just show the absolute power of and what this thing can do. A+. Oh, it's so good.
All right, El, what console exclusive do you want? And it can't be Burnout Paradise Super Remastered.
Oh, there's an
what
obvious
makes you
answer.
What makes you buy it day one?
WWE.
Oh.
Jesus.
The J Black
As long-
edition.
without the, I was going to say, with the promise that Jables will not be involved with it.
Ouch.
Son of a glitch. Oh.
That's
Gears 6.
Oh, there's an obvious answer.
That was an obvious
I was looking at Gears Tactics.
Okay. That's a good one.
That looked like the kind of trailer you were talking about earlier, where they just show a bunch of cutscenes that could be from any Gears, but the gameplay is definitely going to be more like Halo Wars, I guess.
I think it's going to be more like XCOM.
Yeah. So that's different.
Gears Tactics does look good. I will say that.
I want Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh,
Darn it.
A new Final Fantasy Tactics would be amazing. But no, the obvious answer is Fable. We needed Fable.
There's a lot of studios out there that we don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Are
This is very
you a
true.
good boy? Are you a good boy when you play Fable or a bad boy?
Both.
I'm gonna answer two.
Chaotic neutral.
No,
Whatever that means.
Actually,
you
yes.
play it. This is how I play it. I play as good as I possibly can be because it's hard to be good. It's easy to be bad. So you can switch that whenever you want, but it's harder to go the other way though.
True.
Yeah, I always start out good, and then my second playthrough is evil.
I'm like 80% good,
Laugh.
but if like I see someone, it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to steal from you if I want to. I'm like a selfish good person, if that makes sense. And also because I just don't want to kill anyone on my first playthrough because I want to make sure everyone, has time to speak and see how the story unfolds.
You know what? I can't wait to see what happens with Series X.
What?
Whatever they do with Game Pass.
Oh, for sure.
Like, there's going to be a ton of stuff coming and going.
$25 a month.
And recently added as well.
Yeah, I can't even imagine
Game Pass
the next year.
Is that a Game Pass Quay?
It was a Game Pass Quay.
Let me find the doc.
Would you like to read them off?
Sure. Coming. The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
World premiere.
Recently added. Something we'll talk about in a minute. Going. Headlander. Aw. Vayner, go bye-bye.
It's a Vayner.
Tecmo Bowl Throwback. 360 game. I loved and grew up on Tecmo Bowl and Tecmo Super Bowl. Tecmo Bowl Throwback was
I knew that title.
It was the premier football game on the NES. It was the first game, or one of the first games to get the real players, the real teams. 2D fun.
There was a Game Pass quest, so I put it on my tag.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Now it's going bye.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are 2 online achievements for Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah.
I forget who it was. Just brought that up in Discord. So if you want help with that, come on into Discord. I know there's going to be some people jumping on to get those.
General
Boosting
facial.
Chronos.
Go to General Boosting.
Hey Corey, what game is recently added to Game Pass?
I believe it is
Honk.
Honk. Honk. Untitled Goose Game.
Honk.
The game of the year, 2019.
I haven't played it. I just look at it and go, "What is the big deal of this?" And I know
Do you want me to?
everyone that has played it absolutely loves it, and I just by an outsider looking in, I don't see it.
All right. Do you want me to dive in to the Goose Game?
Let's do
Let's
it.
go deep.
Go deep.
All right. So, Untitled Goose Game. This game, I'm not going to get all the facts straight, but the game itself came out for Nintendo Switch, probably in the time frame of 2 months ago. I knew about it before it came out, but when it did that day, my always streaming Mario Maker streamer that I watched at the time every day, he for some reason was compelled to go off of his normal schedule, and he played an indie game, and it was Untitled Goose Game. So I watched this guy play this pretty much from start to finish all day. And I loved the concept of the game, as simplistic as it is. And I was super excited when I heard it was coming to Xbox. And joke's on them, I would have paid for this, and they gave it to us for free by putting it in Game Pass. And so the premise of the game is you are a goose. You are a horrible, awesome, terrible goose. And you are causing havoc across this little town, this little village. And you're doing it all based off of a checklist, your to-do list, right? As a goose, your to-do list includes things like stealing random food to make a picnic for yourself or getting people wet. And so
69 plus 4.
Exactly. And so you're going to work your way through 5 areas to the game, and you're going to go through a task list to get from area to area until you did the game. I'll keep the spoilers light.
Spoilers?
There is a little nice ending to this, and
Okay.
let me just walk through it. So the achievements, I broke down all the achievements as best as I could. I have not beat the game yet. I have seen a lot of the game, and I've done the first area, but it's broken down into 5 areas. The first area will have about 4 achievements. The second area should be about 6 achievements. In the third area, about 7. The fourth area, about 5. And the fifth area / in-game is 3. Now each of each of these sections, minus like the in-game, they have a speedrun achievement. That's the only one I can see that might be missable. There could be others, but very new game. TA's flagging is not all there yet. But you have to do your tasks in a fairly quick time. I don't know if they're all the same, but the first area, I know you have to do them all in 7 minutes. And so the task list, this is going to change based off each section. But the first section has probably like 8 to 10 different things that you need to do. Some of them are a secondary objective, so they won't pop up until you do one of the other tasks. And some of them are related to an achievement. For the first area specifically, you need to do everything on the to-do list that it shows you.
Okay.
For an achievement. There are 2 other achievements that are tied to tasks that are optional, and they don't show up until after you do your first task list. So each area is going to have about 10, I think, in order to beat the main game. But if you open up that to-do list after the fact, there's going to be a lot of extra stuff that you can do in each area. And some of those things are going to be tied to achievements. And they can be things like trapping. There's a boy that plays in the streets, and there's a puddle. And you need to scare this boy and get him to go in the puddle and get all wet. Right? There's another one for stealing somebody's hat. Another one for scoring a goal. So there's a soccer ball in one of these areas, and a goal in a different area. So this one was a little bit harder for me to pick which area to put it in, but it's in a certain area, but you can't do it until you get a little bit later in the game. But you have to maneuver said ball all the way through where you need to navigate and get it into a goal. That's an achievement. So that kind of gives you an idea of the funness of the achievement list. I think it's a very good list. Even the speedrun achievements don't seem too bad once you start to get the hang of the game. I'm already starting to see Bill's post guides, Chivo guides is out there. Other people are posting guides. I think it's going to be a very semi-low ratio game. I think, I don't know. I could see it ending up in like the 1.3, 1.4 ratio range ultimately, but I love this game. As little as I've played it, but as much as I've watched it, I think it's fantastic, and I think everybody should give it a go.
So as of right now, it has a 3.8 ratio. But
yeah, that's going to decay so bad, I think.
Oh, I'm sure, because this is the kind of thing. I know there is a lot of hype around it, and being on Game Pass, everybody wants to try it.
Yeah, and currently, if you don't have Game Pass, it's on sale for $15, normally $20. So that's like I said, I would have paid full price for this game just because this is the kind of game I like, and this is the kind of indie development that I would support.
So essentially, you're just a goose going around causing havoc by doing a couple of different tests in each area.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And you could probably casually playing. I bet you could get through this in 1 to 3 nights, depending on how quickly you pick it up and obviously how much you play. It's not going to be a long game at all.
So 1 to 3 nights. Let's convert that to hours.
There's a completion estimate on TA right now of 3 to 4 hours.
Okay. I imagine that's a guide.
So day one of this game, we have 870 tracked players, 40 completionists. And I guess those 40 completionists have said 3 to 4 hours. That's probably all guide. I'm going to err on the side of L with this one and say really try to play this without a guide.
What?
Because it's a fun time. It's going to be hard to beat for me. Obviously very opinion based, but it's super funny game. And then yeah, you're a goose stealing things, moving things, honking at people. It's hilarious.
Did you guys see the write up on TA about this?
I did not.
No, you'd have to remind me.
It's basically the article saying that the game is now available in Game Pass, and the commenters get into a fight about whether this game should be compared to Goat Simulator. It's pretty hilarious. So the main thing that they said is that it's about animals being dicks to people, so it's definitely the same game. and then the response was, oh, in that case, Dark Souls and Skyrim are the same game because they both have swords. And it turned into a good fight. Yeah, it's a good.
I guess
it's a good column.
This is I could see the comparison, but this is far less buggy than Goat Simulator, and in my mind, it's more enjoyable. Goat Simulator is fun, but Goose Game doesn't have a Goose Master achievement.
Goose Master.
I looked at a screenshot. It looked like Donut County.
Well, that's probably one of the things that Corey likes about it.
Maybe.
I thought it was the same people, but it's not.
It's not.
It's not. No.
That's what I thought. I'm like, oh, it's December. Donut County came out last December.
I'm telling you guys, we are on a 2-year streak now of very, very highly rated games by Achievement Wildlife Hunters coming out in mid-December. That's when the Gaudis come out and strike.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm not even talking about the Coon game that came out. That you're gonna have to wait for that one. Goose game, you need to honk your way onto your console with this one.
Yeah, I played it. I like it so far. I'm looking to get back into it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, actually, I have 9 friends who have played this so far, and 2 completionists, Bills and Kingsman. So
it looks goofy. It's probably something I'll eventually try, just because of the hype around it. It just looks weird.
This is the perfect blind stream game.
Oh boy!
So if you don't do it, I will do it, but I won't be going 100% blind.
Okay, so that sounds like the next game I have to stream.
I think that's what the people want.
That's what the people want.
At me if that's what the people want.
That's what the people want. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. Okay.
What are you talking? What?
You know what the people want? They want to hear what tabs Nate has open.
Oh, okay. I'll be quick.
Well, I guess Corey's done with talking about that, so.
Yeah, he's
so
not.
I think I might be the only person with tabs open. That's fine. Briefly, Legend of Skyfish is a rare game, meaning that you have to play all the way to the end of the game. You have to play all of it. Yes, you can't just play till you get all the achievements and then stop. You actually have to see. You have to see.
Not an hour either, right?
No, it's not an hour. It's a couple hours, and you have to roll credits. So it is $4.79 down from $7.99. It's 1,000 gamer score. It's 1,089 TA, so it's not very terribly difficult, but it is 3 to 4 hours. Guides won't really help you. It's kind of a Zelda-like. I think I mentioned this before when I was talking about what I was playing a couple weeks, months ago. But it seems very much like a Zelda overworld where you're, fighting monsters with a fishing rod. So, yay. You're also using it to move around. It's not bad. And then Aborigines. 374. Yes, 374 down from $4.99. It's brand new. Came out today. Kingsman has played this. He beat it, and he had some tips. So if you go to the Discord and you search for Aborigines and Kingsman, perhaps, you'll see kind of his very quick and dirty, this is how you can get the achievements, and this is the best way to do it with only one playthrough. And I think it was a 0 to 1 hour platformer. It says RPG, but the RPG elements are a joke. You basically earn XP and then apply them to a couple different categories. I fired it up, and spoiler, there's a shared account system, and some of these games, when you use shared accounts, ask you for your permission to use or track your statistics. And so if you have multiple accounts open, it asks you that multiple times. And the first time I ran this, it would not run. So I had to restart my console. I've never seen that before. I've never seen a game have that issue. I had to restart my console when it came back up. I just had to be patient. I waited like a minute. The next time it came up, and it eventually went through that, asking me for each account that I had logged in. Do you want to share your info? So
a quick note about that, because I have had somebody recently ask about that. Generally, if you're not accustomed to playing Windows games or Play Anywhere games, those games ask you for your permissions. It's totally safe to accept. And in fact, if you don't, you can still play the game, but you won't get any achievements.
So in other words, you have to.
Yeah.
At least that's my experience with it, because I did click no once, I think by accident.
But yep, so that's all that I saw in the sales. Not a great week, but we've had 2 good weeks of sales in a row, so I'm not too upset. And I guess we're looking at year-end sales coming too. So,
the next week or two, I'm sure there'll be some awesome things that's gonna pop up.
There's some ACAs on sale.
Like we said, nothing good is on sale.
Yeah.
I don't think I know much about this one. Last Resort. I don't know. It doesn't. No, it looks like a flying game. That one's 1 to 2 hours, not 0 to 1. But I see a lot of friends with that completed, so that's clearly doable. Samurai Showdown V Special and ACA Neo Geo: The King of Fighters 99. Those should both be easy. And then there's
should.
Oh, and those are 50% off $4, by the way. Waka's favorite game, Crimson Keep. That's an easy completion. 75% off $5
There are 4 completions on that now.
for people that don't like themselves. And that's about it.
I have one game I want to mention, and probably Corey will agree with me on this one. Jet Set Radio is $4.99.
Oh.
How many points is it?
360 games. Game's hard.
I don't know how many points it is. I'm just looking at the game. Jet Set Radio is fun.
Jet Set Radio.
Is Jet Set Radio Future or Jet Set Radio?
Jet Set Radio. I wish it was Future.
By the way, Kenny,
And it's a 400-pointer.
I am surprised that you did not mention all the memes coming out of the Xbox Series X.
Well, I mean,
Refrigerators.
We are an audio podcast here.
thank you, Corey.
Oh, we can discuss them.
Not in the sales.
We have a Discord to promote. Not during sales.
Discord.gg/AH101 if you want to see some dank memes. Is that how that works?
I'm making a memes channel right now. Just to annoy Corey. Oh, look at that face. And done.
With that, we have a couple of games of Gold that you can still grab. Castlevania. What's
Banner.
LOS today? What's LOS?
What dock are you on?
I'm on the TA Xbox sales thing.
Good enough.
Lords of Shadow. I believe.
Shadow.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's the Vayner.
I was saying, you guys just confused me. I'm like, is TA wrong? What am I looking at?
Never.
But yeah, Castlevania, Lords of Shadow, whatever. That's free. Apparently it's a Vayner. Someone would care. Insane Robots is also free. And the best game of the month, Jurassic World Evolution.
Gonna play Evolution. Man, this mic is awesome to sing into.
Everyone is so happy that you got that. Thanks, patrons.
Me and Freddie Mercury.
Oof. All right. Let's get into some contests. For
Punch it!
The Just Punch It contest by Chewy on Ice. It's to complete your long, dormant, nearly complete games. There is a link in the show notes if you would like to submit your games for that. RTDL is still going on.
Wait, hold on a minute.
Okay, I'm holding on a minute.
I needed to give props to Michelle. She punched it verily the other night.
She finally punched you? About
She
time.
punched. Well, no, yeah, she does that all the time. She completed Castlevania Symphony of the Night
Oh, is that a good game?
on December 15th, 2019. And her last achievement before that was in December 2007.
Oh, jeez.
So she punched it 12 years.
Man, that would have been a great BCM 2020 game.
Yeah, she figured that out after the fact. Thanks, Iron Fist.
Oh, 2020. That hasn't happened yet. That must mean the BCM 2020 registration is open.
It's like he's reading the doc and getting ahead of us.
Starting right now.
I feel like that's traveling. I think you just traveled. You just podcast traveled. You can't pass to yourself.
5 for traveling. Wait a minute.
Anyways, if you want to sign up for this year-long competition, you need to register on Iron Fist of Snuff's blog on TA. You just comment on there. Read the rules. They have changed. The formula has changed. So not with just time estimates won't get you all the points now. Difficulty is coming into effect. So once it starts, you can't be added in, or most likely you can't. And yeah, sign up today.
And even better news, Skeptical Mario has no plans of dumping 1,000 games right in the beginning, so he has an unfair advantage of this all year long.
Doubt.
As I'm saying, he's probably going to go through his Excel spreadsheet and see what he missed to clean
Corey,
up.
did you tell people how to sign up for that?
I did. Iron
Okay.
Fist of Snuff's blog on trueachievements.com.
Yeah, all one word. Iron Fist of Snuff. No spaces.
Fufu will link that in the show notes too.
Fufu will link that in show notes. 12 Days of Christmas. Elle, I know you've been waiting to talk about this and probably sing.
Why? It's over.
Over?
Not for
over.
May.
You don't have
Today
any.
is day 17 of the month.
So over
We
when the
started this
Germans
on,
bombed
day
Pearl Harbor?
3. That means they've been done for like 4 years.
Well, not all of us stayed home sick, in quotes, and got everything done.
I took no time off.
Yeah, last week I talked about up until day 6. Day 7 was the Game Pass games. I wound up getting 1 achievement in Goat Simulator, 1 achievement in Gears 4, and 5 achievements in Killer Instinct. Day 8 was the cumulative ones. I got 7 of the 8 in on a Roll 3D, and my 8th one was actually in WWE 2K19.
I'm sorry.
To finish the 50 online wins with my compatriot Michelle. We both got that finished. These still have crazy ratios. We were like the 310th people to finish and 311th out of 10,000 plus having the game, and that's only
Seems
50
kinda
wins.
low.
It's been crazy. Yeah, it's been way worse in the past. This wasn't too bad, so it's almost a 6 ratio for that. I am currently on day 9, the shopping one. Got an achievement in
Sexist.
Bully. Shut up, Kenny. It is sexist. 9
So
ladies
the shopping one was probably my most hated day.
Now,
FYI.
I don't know if hated's the right word, but you can't get it done in one game. Well, you can if you're Michelle, who's playing DV's Dungeon right now. But I chose Bully, got Sharp Dressed Man. It's for acquiring 250 clothing items. I looked at the solution. Apparently, there's a cheat. You plug in a second controller and you put in a code, and you can get infinite money. Therefore, you could buy everything. I totally did that.
Well, that's simple.
In WWE 2K20 opened a loot box. That counted as a shop achievement. I got another one in WWE 2K19 for... that game introduced a skill tree, which I guess counts as a shop because you have to spend virtual currency in the shop. So that counted. And then there's one I should have gotten a long time ago in Red Dead Redemption for buying a rare weapon. So I have
you still
4
not beat
done
this
out
game
of
yet?
9. Nope, I have not.
Beat this game.
I know.
It is so good.
Yeah.
Michelle,
Yep.
back me up here.
Mm-hmm. It's good. Oh, thanks.
Thank you, Michelle.
Anybody else work on this?
I did. I know Corey's done, but I'll go real quick. I was on 6 Secret Chivos, day 6, I think last time we talked, and I mentioned that I was using Blackwood Crossing. I won't talk about every game, but I will talk about if I have a good suggestion for those particular days. Day 7, Game Pass Darlings. I did like 2 here and there. I did My Friend Pedro. Riverbond's got a ton. Wander Song has a bunch. If you are a filthy dirty cheater, you can filthy dirty cheat and get all the game done in 1 to 2 hours. And don't be a filthy cheater. Day 8, I used one game. I used Reagan Gorbachev. This is a great game. I don't think it's not very expensive, and there's just a ton of stuff for cumulative. So that's 8 redone actions. Most of them are weapons based, and you can basically just keep loading a level, has a particular weapon, use it. Once you're done killing people, you basically restart the level. Another one is for trivia, so you can actually learn stuff about Reagan and Gorbachev. Day 9 for the 9 ladies shopping. I'm sorry, I just don't have any good recommendations for this. I know Freeman talked about what was that game with the? I can never remember the name of it. It's like Plague Inc. I always want to call it something
It's like Plague Inc.
Yeah, I want to call it something different. Like I can't remember, but Plague Inc. is the game that he suggested for that. I got 3 from Ninja Pizza Girl, and then just assorted games very early on when you buy your first item. So good luck with that. I am currently in 10 open worlders, and I used Goat Simulator for for a bunch of those. I have 3 Flatmaster achievements for that day. Thank you very much. And I also used a Burnout Paradise Remastered. So I guess I'm probably going to just knock out some more easy ones in Goat Simulator on the PC, so I can hopefully use that game up before it leaves Game Pass. And that's where I am.
I'll hit up the last couple days. I am done. I don't have a lot of good suggestions for Shop. Devious Dungeons is a good one if you haven't done it yet. Although it's not the quickest Ratalaika, it is a good Ratalaika game. Slime Sand, not a lot of people probably have that one. That one has some easy shop achievements right up front. Worlds, I think I mentioned this in the last time I was on the show, but that's a free-to-play Windows game. It's horrible in its mechanics, but there is an exploit in this game where you, if you've not played it, can possibly unlock almost all of the achievements, which is almost a 3-ratio game. And so almost every single achievement in that game is labeled as shop. That's how the first place person on the leaderboard got it. If you want details, visit Discord. They're in there.
Also,
yeah,
Rich did it, so I don't think you're going to get flagged for cheating.
Yeah, there's nothing with the exploit. There's nothing that you're hacking or cheating or giving your profile away to anybody. You're simply doing a feature of the game that is a little bit bugged when it comes to tracking, and it happens to unlock most of your achievements depending on who you're looking at. So there's definitely nothing wrong or anything about it. The only side effects are that the game doesn't have an even gamer score, and you won't necessarily get all the achievements if you do it. And it could lock you out of some of the lower easy ones, just a few that you might not be able to ever get. So if you're not a completionist, then I would do it. I tried to do it even though I started the game, and it just didn't work for me. But that's a thing. So other than that, I got a couple in Duck Life Battle, and then it was just random to fill that day. 10 open worlders, Borderlands pre-sequel. I got 2 of those via xCloud at work.
Nice.
Otherwise, every single open worlder came from the game Road Rage, and that came in like half an hour. Super easy game from what I played of it, and it's going to knock out all those open worlders for you very quickly. Day 11 was the Lightning Bolt, the difficulty day, the day that most insiders said is probably the hardest day. It turned out to be quite easy for me. I have 2 games to recommend
Weird
for this
flex,
day.
but okay.
I have 2 good games to recommend for this. Well, one's good, one's bad. Good for the day, though. The bad one is World Enduro Rally, the $1 Trials-esque type racing game where you actually have to beat times if you haven't done it yet. I have not done a lot of this game, but those achievements do stack. So if you get gold, you get gold, silver, and bronze. And hey, those are difficulties. Most of my achievements came from that day. And then my original plan was to do Arrow. If you're not sure what Arrow is, it is a music rhythm-based flying game where you're on this circle spectrum and you can go around it 360 degrees, I guess you would say. And you can also shoot some things. It's a very cool game, very just good game. But you do have to be a little bit good at it. But the achievements are for beating those stages on normal and their hard modes and stuff like that. So if you have that game, I recommend probably giving that a shot. And then the last day, the spelling challenge, that one's obviously all over the board. I used my TA Pro to its fullest extent and scanned manually after every achievement. Just to kind of use that valid sheet. I planned it out. I had an Excel spreadsheet already planned out because we did know it a little bit in advance. But I ended up using the valid button more often than not. Some of them were my planned achievements, but some of them I was like, I just don't feel like playing that. So I finished that. I finished day 12 on day 12. Just to flex there.
Day 12 on day 12.
And I got a time consuming on day 1, so I'm pretty much like the ultimate 12 days guy. So
Corey's just full of flexes right now.
Just saying.
So you mentioned xCloud. Have you guys been using it often?
Almost every day at work for a little bit.
xCloud, not really. I'm still using mostly console streaming.
Same.
Yeah.
I kind of, in my mind, it's one and the same.
Console streaming has never, not once, worked for me.
Really?
So xCloud is my only option when it comes to gaming on that tablet.
It's never worked on your Wi-Fi or outside of your home network?
Both. I can't get it to work.
Weird.
I don't know.
Interesting. That's funny you said that because I was just about to say my console streaming seems to be getting better. I don't know if it's maybe my area, but like before, it would lag horribly. It wouldn't connect.
My Xbox is
but like
connected
now it
to
does it every time.
Ethernet. It's. I mean, it has instant on. It's not like fully powered off, and I cannot. If I click console streaming, it loads, and then it can never connect. It can never like find the box or anything like that.
Interesting.
I don't know.
That's weird.
I might try like doing like a fresh start of it, because to start the thing you have to do it in your home next to the console before you take it off site. I might just try like resetting it, but I've had to only rely on what's in xCloud right now.
Huh. Well, the games in xCloud aren't bad, so it's not ideal, but you're still not missing out too terribly. Yeah, let's continue on. Let's get to the G task. Just for fun this week, Elle, why don't you read off G task? No real reason, just mixing it up.
I'm not glad you asked. Those individual eliminations are wrong. I'll read them correctly. Ben L72, Mad Eye Pat Eye, and our illustrious friend Stan have been eliminated from individual. In the team, the dynamic threesome known as American Score Society decided not to play too much last week. We used 2 bonuses, and we went to bed thinking we'd be safe, and alas, with about 5 minutes to go in the period, we got eclipsed, and we were under the line, and we were eliminated by like 70 TA or so.
I don't even think it was that much.
I was just looking. It was something like that.
Maybe. I thought it was in the 40s, but it was not a lot of wiggle room there.
That's such a small margin.
Yeah, we used 1 bonus, and we were only a few above the line.
So G-Task last week was nuts when it came like Sunday night. I remember Elroy and I were just saying maybe like 7,000 was the safety net. And 7,000 was safe, but I went to bed right over 7,000 for the team. And Tommy, the West Coaster, he noticed that it dropped below that a little bit, and he pulled like, I don't know, 300 or 400 difference to get us back up to that line. And we were still like, I don't know, 30th place. It was nuts. I'm hoping that it was all bonus related, and then that's not gonna shoot the average up.
Wow.
By the way, you were right.
Sounds like you guys are starting to have to try.
You were right, Corey. So the safe team had 67.75, and then the eliminated team had 67.59, and we had 67.31. So yeah. Hashtag brag camp.
Oh, no, not hashtag brag camp yet. We got one more contest I want to mention real quick.
Proclamation point.
That's not a contest. And that's Gamertag Challenge.
Gamertag Challenge.
Just as a reminder, for December, the Gamertag is Officer 0. You get a bonus, 1 point per 0 Gamerscore Chivo earned in the month of December. And the bonus game is the Long Reach. We will probably have the next Gamertag next week.
Yeah, I think we'll announce it next week so everyone can start making plans for 2020.
Okay. I didn't want to put words in Nate's mouth.
Oh.
Wouldn't be the first.
Yeah, I'd prefer you don't.
And it wouldn't be words.
Stay away from my mouth,
yeah.
Kenny.
Quick hot take. Have you checked the spreadsheet recently, Koosh?
I absolutely have not.
All right. I was wondering how many people have completed the tag yet.
Yeah, maybe I'll take a look while you guys are jibber jabbing.
I bet it's at least one.
Sounds like Corey did it. All right, so now let's go to brag camp or proclamation point or whatever the hell this is now.
Hash brag.
Excuse me, Kenny.
It sounds like hash browns.
Excuse me, Kenny. This is the best part of the show. Show some fire, show some enthusiasm, and let's get this party started. Hashtag brag -camp. Proclamation point. Should have got me a mic with echo, man. Those were the days. Those were the days.
Just do to echo yourself.
Echo, echo, echo.
I thought that'd be better. For completions, Kingsman 2625 has reached a new milestone of 300 completed games.
Hi, Al. Okay. That's how Kingsman talks.
Ah, okay. I was wondering what you're doing there.
Getting a pot
True
pie.
Marvelous has completed 1,300 games. For completion percentage, Coates McGoats.
That's not a real person.
That is a real person, and
Oh.
I think I'm saying that right.
You got it.
Question mark?
Coates McGoats. That is one of the best tags I've seen. You need to join Discord, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
He is in Discord. I think.
No.
Oh, hold up. He just changed his gamer tag. Hold up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let me find it real fast.
GTC update. We have 4 gamertag completions with, I'm going to say, 2 that are going to get it. Wildwood Mike and Mattism. They're only 1 away each.
Ooh, nice.
All right, well, Coates McGoats needs to speak in Discord. Maybe we'll get him a Christmas name for the season.
All right. Yes, Coates McGoats has a completion percentage of 31%. J Block has reached a completion percentage of 50%. But Reptar on Ice 3000 has reached a completion percentage of 83%. It's very metal. Good job, buddy. As for the streaks, that's no longer stakes. Doughboy is currently on a 23-day achievement win streak. That sounds like a weird day. Why am I saying that? Well, that's because it is a new personal best for him. So good job, Mr. Pillsbury.
You missing some tenors?
Yeah, you're missing tenor.
No.
10. Oh, God. 10 doesn't count. 10 doesn't count. Even though Elroy decides to comment on every single one and say, how'd you do that? Good job, buddy. That doesn't count. I'm not counting 10s. There's too many 10s. And also because I'm pretty sure everyone that gets those 10-day streaks on day 11 ends it and it immediately starts it again. So I just keep repeating it every 10 days.
Seems smart to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what else is smart? Winning achievements. You know who won a lot of achievements this go in a row? Pipe, Sin, Pipe. He's reached 5,000 achievements. One, Zombie Goons GS has reached 5250. Mitrial B has reached 7,500. Reptar on Ice 3,000. 8,000 achievements. One. This isn't a streak. Why did I say in a row earlier?
I don't know.
Because you want that steak?
Don't worry.
It's been a while. Still. Achievements 1. High
You're
Road
rusty.
Vatu has run 9,500 achievements. P-Tart TX is not doing so hot in her gamer score, but she is getting 13,500 achievements recently.
Finally, she joined back in the Discord.
It's left
Yep.
bumper, Pete Hart.
Left bumper. Yeah, I recently I'm calling her out on her challenges, her crazy challenge people who haven't started games, and I'm gonna surpass her in gamer score, and she's gonna cry.
It's not.
And I'm sorry, but it's got to be done. Ragnarok 0272, 13,500 achievements. 1. KooshGoose, 14,000 achievements. 1. That's a good guy. Big ol' Buffs. Is a black buff? Why did it say buffs?
Oh, that's someone else.
That's it.
Oh, wait. We got a lot of buffs. Regular buffs is at 17,500 achievements. 1. Reforce 3 is at 18,500 achievements. 1. And Fighter X92 3 chip 21,500 pops of something. What is that thing in your brain when that pop goes off?
All right, Nate, go ahead. This one.
Goes the weasel.
It's a
This one's
frame
getting
hole term.
delirious.
I have no idea what
I
you're
don't know
trying
where
to
you're
talk
going.
about.
Something famine. Dopamine.
Dopamine. Okay,
He got
dopamine pops.
dopamine hit.
Oh.
He got 21,500 dopamine hits.
Gotcha. For gamer score, Hat
I mean,
90.
Chip does have low hanging fruit. Go ahead.
Oh, that imagery is not good. Gamer score, he's not that old. Gamer score, Hat 90 has reached a new milestone of 100,000. Sen with lots of pipes
Way to go, Hatton.
is 150,000 gamer score. Mikhail KV, he's got to be Russian. 200,000 gamer score. Iron Fist of Snuff, 250,000 gamer score. Mad Eye, Pad Eye, 750,000. For TA score, we have Philip Wendell with 400,000. Rocker Dude 5012 with new milestone, a 500,000 true achievement score. High Road Vatu 550. Chewy on Ice 700,000. Fighter 93 Chip, who we just talked about his low hanging fruit, 950,000 true achievement score. And Carnage with the 1,600,000 true achievement score. I just like to point out we have a lot of new names. How do you get on this?
Well, that's quite simple.
Heyo.
If you want to get on this, you send me, Fufu Cuddly Poof, a friend request on TA.
I like when Freem always spelled his name. How do you spell your name?
FU.
Whoa,
FUCUDDILYPOOF.
Very manly, thank you.
No problem.
Whoa. I wanted to give props to my boy Hat90. Now, he reached his 100,000 gamer score, but you might not remember this. When he started hanging out with us, he only had like 40,000 gamer score. So we were.
I do remember that.
We were like, yeah, I'm looking. He's gotten 69,000.
He was low even by Fufu standards.
He's got 69,000 gamer score this year.
He's about to qualify to host an achievement-related podcast.
Pretty soon.
Good job, buddy.
2018, he had 14,000. So yeah, we corrupted this poor chap. Him and his sports titles.
Good on you.
Which I have a feeling I'll be reading about soon. Oh, actually, no. All right, I get the minutia and the miscellaneous stuff. This mic is making me talk weird. Kronos is in the top.
That's definitely not the mic.
Shut the fuck up, Kenny. Kronos is now in the top 2,000 of the completed games leaderboard. True Marvelous is second in England in the gamer score department.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's pretty awesome.
Who's number one? I'm going to guess Redemption. He's definitely British. I'm positive.
Let's go with that.
Okay. Big L.
Honk.
Oh my God. It's in the top 1,000 of the completed games leaderboard. I did not know that was a thing until I read that. Way to go, Al. Jimbot UK is in the top 20 of the TA leaderboard for Xbox One Music. And he, of course, is number 3 in Russia. Jeblach is in the top 100 of Canada party games. What is this on here for? Prue is in the top 10 of the Virginia TA leaderboard. That's pretty great, except no one really cares about Virginia. And Shadowless Edge is in the top 10,000 of completed games leaderboard, showing once again that you do not organize this list in the slightest.
Why would I organize it?
Worst host ever, or even worse than Prue. Iron Fist of Snuff is in the top 20 of the Ohio TA leaderboards for Vayners. Awesome. And in the birthday department, Freaky RO and Emperor L are celebrating birthdays. Happy birthday, you guys.
Happy birthday.
Well done.
If you enjoyed the show up until that point, please like and review us on your platform of choice. If you would like to send us a Twitter tweet, you can do so by sending us one on the Twitter at Achievements101. You can follow our Mixer or Twitch, Mixer/Twitch or Twitch.com/AH101. You can also find us on YouTube. All of our content goes up on YouTube. along with the game shows and our streams and everything like that. Ooh, like that. My voice just cut out. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you'd like to join the Discord and get in on all the conversation, Discord link is discord.
Com.
What is it? GG? Discord. Our Discord link is discord.gg/AH101. Or if that doesn't work for some reason, you can just message one of us and we'll get you in there. And if you really did enjoy the show and you can help us out monetarily, please check out our Patreon. Patreon.com/achievementhunting101.
There are Discord rewards and other rewards to benefit those that do that. Just
exclusive content.
Say that every now and then. You get exclusive color in the Discord you're choosing, exclusive emote in the Discord you're choosing, with my approval. I have not turned down anybody yet. You also
could be the first.
You get an exclusive Discord chat channel just for patrons. And I'll throw in another one there. I will kick L out anytime you tell me to.
Wait, what?
New reward.
Okay.
It's not
Wow.
nice.
Okay,
Corey.
so L's getting kicked out come Thursday morning.
I didn't even make fun of your hair. Like,
My
I don't
hair's
know.
on point, buddy. It's on fleek.
Yeah, it's pointed. It looked like cone heads.
Do you need to borrow some?
Maybe.
He could groom it for you. We know that.
I definitely can. Wait, what did that
Oh,
mean?
boy. Yes, there's all kinds of Patreon exclusive content. As soon as
So there's
Corey
not
and
all
Michelle, as soon as Corey and Michelle decide to do our latest one,
on,
our
guys.
video game 20s questions, we can release our last one. But we're waiting on those two. Sorry, patrons, they're taking
Come on
forever.
now.
I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Just want to
one's
say
slacking.
one last thing to my good friend Saucy Slingo. The Patriots suck, but my mic doesn't anymore. So suck
That's a dead
it.
horse I forgot about.
Got him.
Got E.
Oh, good one. All right, class dismissed. See you next week. Huh?
It is the future. The Everwar is a distant memory. It is a life of automation and pleasure amongst the stars. Welcome to your Topia. Humanity now lives in perfect robotic bodies. They are immortal, free from worry, free from disease, but they are not free at all. Headlander.
Hello and welcome to another installment of Wakapeil. I'm Wakapeil, and sad to report that Headlander will be leaving Game Pass at the end of December. Headlander is a 70s-inspired sci-fi vainer developed by Double Fine Productions. You play as a severed head stuck in a rocket-powered helmet, tasked by the mysterious Earl to overthrow the evil AI that has trapped humanity in robotic bodies and hidden their organic bodies. This sounds very morbid, and conceptually it is, but the presentation is whimsical, colorful, and humorous enough it sticks to a T for teen rating, despite the very disturbing plot. While you are just a rocket-powered head with a limited moveset, you can knock off other robots' heads and steal their bodies for puzzle solving or combat. The story is around 6 hours with a few extra hours for the completion. The TA estimate is 8 to 10 hours, which you should be able to pull off in the week or two it is still in Game Pass, as it is fairly easy. Normally, Headlander is $20. Everything can be done in one playthrough, but there is a missable achievement for docking in every body type, so make sure you dock with every type of body you can find. While not missable, make sure you dance with every new body type you encounter, as it can be very difficult to tell which dances you are missing. Headlander has 31 achievements worth 1000 gamer score and 2200 TA, which is mostly inflated by Game Pass. I do not consider it a great game, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. It is certainly far superior to another game I played this week, the infamous Crypt of the Serpent King. Crypt of the Serpent King is a 7-stage, randomly generated slog which was originally released as a Xbox Live indie game. It costs roughly $2 too much at its $2 asking price, with its 21 achievements worth 1000 game score and 1400 TA. TA estimates the completion to 5 to 6 hours, but it is definitely doable in around 3 if you figure it out quickly, which, truth be told, there is not much to figure out. Each level has one type of enemy and one type of trapped room, where the keys you need to collect are. The enemies are incredibly dumb and predictable, and they can't hit you as long as you move sideways. You might get hit as you slow down when you are attacking, but if you time your attacks immediately after the enemy's attack, and then keep moving, you'll never get hit once you've upgraded your agility, which is the only skill you should bother maxing, as strength and endurance won't matter much at all. If you save your money through the first 3 levels, you'll be able to buy the sword, which is very powerful. Don't bother with buying a ranged weapon, as those actually makes the game harder by removing health and gold from chests, replacing them with ammunition. In fact, do not bother opening chests after you get the sword unless you need health. The difficulties don't stack, so you might as well start with easy, then normal, and lastly hard mode. It's an awful game. Don't play it. In the off chance you are trapped in a room with a gun to your head, being forced to play either Crypt of the Serpent King or Crimson Keep, Crypt of the Serpent King would be the superior choice, but I can't think of a realistic scenario where it would be a good idea to play it. Have a nice day, everyone!